Hi everyone,
Hey,
we're back. Mabble.
what it do? What's up?
We're gonna try and give a top tip at the beginning of every video that we do. Just a top tip for you mothers out there, for you mothers to be's, people who are not even pregnant but are planning to have children in the future, all of you. So our top tip today is...
So basically, we are going to. I'm joking. We are going to. We're going to tell you about the some apps that we used while we were pregnant. Well, I think I'm really into reading and researching and finding things out.
She used like 10 apps. I used
Yeah. So I think my favourite one. Be quiet. My favourite one was Pregnancy Plus. I think that gives you it gives you weekly updates, but then you can go on there and it gives you help with baby names. Like I found my son's name with that using that app. I know it's really good, and it tells you how the baby's growing inside of you. It's just really good. It's just nice to know. Do you know what I mean? And you can share it with your friends and family. Like I used to be like, oh, Ruben just has an apple now, or
I used to love that
compares
kind
it
of
to
stuff.
fruit and stuff.
Yeah,
so that's a really good one to have, and it's it helps you with your birth plan. Just loads of other things. Pregnancy Plus, check it out for yourself. Another one I had was Baby Buddy, that was recommended by my midwife, and that follows through till after pregnancy and up to when your child is 6 months. That one's free, so that's a good one to have. It's run by a charity, so yeah, that's a really good one. Another one I had was I had another one.
Were these not overlapping?
I just couldn't get enough of it. I just loved.
You just wanted to know what
I
was
wanted all the
inside of
knowledge.
you. Come on.
Yeah. I have the Bounty, Emma's Diary.
Emma's Diary was the only thing that I used. I loved it. I used to look forward to my weekly updates.
There's Sprout. That's it, Sprout. It actually shows you what the baby looks like inside of you, and even has the womb noises as well. I like that one. And Baby Center.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I told you she had 10.
Yeah.
I also used Mothercare. I actually used that. I signed up to it when I was prepping for my baby shower, and then realised that they actually gave weekly updates as well and showed pictures, which was really nice to see. So Mothercare and Emma's Diary over here. Every single app for pregnancy that you can think of over there.
And after your pregnancy as well, I think Bounty and Baby Center, they send you emails as well. So I get things through for Ruben, oh, he's 28 weeks now, he should be doing this, that and the other. And it's really helpful because it kind of makes you aware of where your baby should be, although it's dangerous because there was things that Ruben wasn't doing. And then it gets you thinking, oh, is my baby normal? But then at the end of the day, every child grows at its own pace. Do you know what I mean? Because some things Ruben smiled within 2 or 3 weeks, and that's not normal. Do you know what I mean? But he didn't do other things till much later on to another baby. Each child is just completely different. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's the key thing that people need to remember, that every child is different. One of our friends had a daughter, I think a month after Sam was born, and she's already got 2 teeth.
Oh wow.
And Sam's 7 months and he's got nothing at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's so important not to compare, because every child is different. Everyone grows at their own pace and does everything at their own time. It's good to have a guideline, basically. Those things act as guidance. Yeah. But just don't become rigid and
exactly.
This has to happen today, otherwise my child is delayed.
It's not. Yeah. One other thing I was thinking about was when I went for my baby weigh-in, there was a baby there who is a month younger than Ruben as well, and she weighed more than him, and I was so down on myself. But then he's different and he's gaining weight at his own pace, so it is what it is. But that had me really down. But yeah.
And I thought Sam was overweight, and I thought my mum was making us feed him too much. And every time we went for weigh-in, I'd be like, is he obese? And they were like, no, he's fine. And they talk about percentiles and that he's still within the same percentile that he was in when he was born. That's what they look out for, because obviously you can have 10 children all born on the same day, but all weighing completely different. They gauge it based on how much they weighed when they were born, and then if they stay within that percentile. So don't worry, guys.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be alright. Whoa, tenor, come on. Maybe not. Okay, so back onto topic.
Yeah.
Pregnancy. Do you want to go first?
Whew, child. So
9 months of.
you know, I love my baby and all, but he wasn't playing. You know, he wasn't playing. One day my TA, I'm a teacher by the way, sorry. So my TA, which is a teaching assistant, her mum baked some cakes and then she brought in a cake for me. So I had the cupcake and I felt sick. I was like, is it the cakes or is it me? You know? But I thought it can't be the cakes because other people had them too. And I felt sick. So then, I was getting diarrhea. And I was just so sick. But the last thing I thought I could be was pregnant. That was the last thing. So so that happened, and then for lunch the next day I went to the Turkish.
You just like, I'm gonna try all the different kinds of food and make sure that I'm okay.
Yeah, and I couldn't eat it.
Really?
Like, I just couldn't eat. I was like, no, something's not right, because I don't spend £5 on lunch here and not eat. Like, I'm eating that food, innit? But yeah, so after that, I took a day off work because I just felt really poorly, and I was a day late for my period. So I said to my husband, I said, you know what, yeah, can you get me a pregnancy test? For some reason, he was at home as well. Get me a pregnancy test. Let's just rule it out. Like, if I am, I am. If I'm not,
so
I'm
you
not.
were just a day late? Are you always on time like that?
Yeah, my period's like, my period's even early. It's never like even the exact day. Do you know what I mean? It's always early. So, yeah, he got the test. I took the test, and then the 2 lines came up. I was like, yeah.
Chale!
Yeah. Come. I see. So I didn't do that. I was scared. I was scared. I was actually pregnant, and obviously I was married, so it just seemed like, obviously I'm gonna, like, it makes sense, but at the same time I was scared, I was worried, I wasn't ready, like, even financially, emotionally, do you know what I mean? So my husband was ironing in the living room, and I just kind of put the pregnancy test on the ironing board, and I went and sat down, and he looked at it, and then he was like, what does that mean? And I was like, yeah, I'm pregnant. And he was really happy, but I was just still kind of like absorbing it. And for like 2 weeks after that, I was a bitch. Like, I was so, sorry to swear, but I was so hormonal.
Really?
I was so hormonal. I was happy, but I wasn't. It was like I had mixed feelings.
Do you think that came because you knew it wasn't like hormones that were just kind of just, as in, if you hadn't found out at that time and you found out later, would you still have had those?
That's an interesting question.
Because I found out really late.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I showed anything prior to finding out. I feel like it's a subconscious thing.
Yeah.
Once you know, then you start acting on it.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, definitely. It's because I just felt like we were so not ready. You know when you think you've got your plans and then this just comes along, but honestly, it's the best thing that ever happened to me, and God knew what I needed as well. So yeah, I didn't have morning sickness. I vomited like one morning on the way to work in my car on the A13. It was horrible. But I used to get really nauseous. Like, I was just nauseous all the time. I think that's worse. I'd rather just throw up and have it over with. But I just felt nauseous all the time. I was emotional. I'm quite emotional anyway. I had a good pregnancy though. It was a good pregnancy. I didn't have any major mishaps. Although I did get sciatica. I had like back pain. So when I'd get up and stuff, it'd be really painful. And I had to go through physio as well. But apart from that... How long
for?
It was like 3 or 4 sessions. To be honest, it didn't really help. But I think the NHS just do it as a formality, innit? I
guess those things kind of just pass. With pregnancy, it's like you'll have it for like a few weeks or a few months, and then all of a sudden one morning you wake up and it's gone.
Yeah. I didn't have any cravings or anything like that. Yeah, I don't think anything really major or interesting happened in my pregnancy. It was just pretty smooth sailing. I was really tired though, because I was working as well. I worked up till 38 weeks. So that was really tiring. I'll just come from work and I'll just sleep. Like, sleep was amazing. Like, make sure you sleep whilst you're pregnant as well, because once your little bundle of joy comes along, you ain't gonna get no sleep, honey.
Yes. Like, pregnancy, I don't know. I feel like it's such a small part in this big journey.
Yeah.
And what I've experienced in the 7 months since he's been here has just been, I feel like it's wiped up my memory of
even being pregnant. Yeah.
But so on my vlogs channel with my husband, Bemel Vlogs, we actually spoke about when we found out we were pregnant. So I won't talk about that, but just briefly on pregnancy, things that kind of jump out to me. I know I struggle to sleep. I'm somebody that loves my sleep, but I physically struggle to sleep.
Yeah.
And I always say it's so weird how God prepares you as a woman for when your child comes. Like, I'm such a deep sleeper, and I was worried that like baby would come and I would sleep through his cries or something. But literally in the last month, I was literally getting up hourly to go to the toilet. So it's as if my sleep naturally just kind of weakened. I'm no longer a deep sleeper, and that started from pregnancy. I'd struggle to, obviously you're not allowed to sleep on your belly. I'm a belly sleeper. So I was forcing myself to sleep on my side and stay on my side, but then you naturally find that you're rolling over in your sleep, and I'd wake up on my back and I was like, oh my gosh, my child, and I'd roll back onto my side, and like you're panicking. Don't be afraid of these things. I used to think, oh my god, have I harmed him by sleeping on my back? They tell you not to sleep on your back. Obviously they tell you not to sleep on your belly. You physically can't sleep on your belly, but you can sleep on your back. Don't be alarmed if you wake up and you're on your back. Just then turn yourself to your side. But how long can you sleep on your side for? It's hard work. It is. And it got to a point where my thighs were hurting, my hips were hurting, because my weight was all on one side. And then there's also the right side and the left side. I think the right side is better than the left side. I can't remember. I know one of the sides are better though. Yeah. Like, I don't know how it works. That side was my uncomfortable side. Exactly. Yeah. Scientifically, there's something about how it helps your child's organs develop. To be honest, the God that we serve is going to help to develop that child anyway. Yeah. But fine, you have to follow these scientific things. Because in Zulu warrior times, I don't think they knew these things. I don't think my mum knew that she needed to sleep on her right hand side when she was in Ghana. You know. Yeah. Also, like Nicole said, I didn't really have any cravings. The only thing was I just needed pepper. Like, I needed spicy foods. That was the only thing that I could really keep down. So my mum would make me like light soup, which is a Ghanaian soup, with like potatoes and carrots in it, and it was extremely hot. And I'd eat that and I'd be able to keep it down. I ate spicy pepperami, suya meat, just like things that just burnt my mouth, and literally my lips would be red and burning, and I was happy. Oh, wow. SUPERMALT, Lucozade, those are the things that I could keep down. I'm not someone that likes fizzy drink, but during that time it worked for me. What else? So I had I had nausea for the first 3 months. I was never actually sick. I'm not really someone that throws up. You know, at the point that I was 12 weeks exactly, nausea just stopped. Cut off. Yeah. Like, and do you know what? People were advising me, they were like, as soon as you hit 3 months, it will go. Yeah. But the way you feel at that time, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. I'm just like, how can this feeling just disappear? Literally, I woke up one morning and the morning sickness was gone. Yeah. I lie even, mine wasn't even morning sickness, it was literally throughout the day. It was day sickness. Like, I would go to work, while I was at work I felt sick, I'd go to the bathroom, I felt like I needed to be sick, but the sickness would never come. Yeah. But yeah, usually after 3 months it does go. And for the ladies that have morning sickness or day sickness throughout your pregnancy, we sympathise with you, because it's not easy, but I know a lot of people do have it throughout their pregnancy as well. And like we said, there's no normal or abnormal. Everyone is different. Yeah. How were you at your first scan? So we actually had an early scan for reasons beyond whatever this video. But yeah, we had an early scan, I want to say at 8 weeks. Because we found out we were pregnant at 7 weeks. Okay. So I had a scan at 8 weeks. And I'll actually briefly mention this because I think it's very interesting. So there's something out there called, I've forgotten the name. Basically, you can be pregnant with twins, and then one twin can just disappear. So if you have this early scan, sometimes they will see that there are 2 embryos in there, and then come your 12-week scan, you might realise that, oh, there's actually 1. So the 12-week scan is usually the first scan. So a lot of mothers won't even be aware that they were once upon a time pregnant with twins. But yeah, first scan, I was just in love with this child that was growing inside of me, and just watching like him moving around in this little sack, and like you could hear the heartbeat already. Literally, it's so loud and so fast. It was just crazy.
I cried.
Did you?
Yeah, because obviously you had the 8-week scan, so this 12 weeks, you know you're pregnant, but you don't really believe it. I felt like that scan made it real, and I cried, and I just couldn't believe it. I was like, God is so amazing. I'm so grateful. Like, it was just just seeing it move around. It's like, oh my God, there's actually somebody growing inside me.
And even that, do you feel like it sinks in? I don't think it sunk in until I had this child in my arms in the hospital, and even that, I was still like, oh my gosh, has he come out of me? Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's actually amazing. I think somebody's awake. You feel like there's anything else in pregnancy?
Look
How
after
are you
yourself.
with the other scans? Did you have like a 3D scan?
No, I didn't have a 3D scan, but I had the 5-month one. I found out the sex. Some people choose not to. It's completely subjective to what you want. I think next time I'm pregnant, I'm not going to find out though. I kind of want a surprise.
I feel like I can't deal with that kind of surprise.
Really?
I need to know. Like, this human being is inside of me. We tried, but it didn't work.
It probably won't, but I'm going to try. I think look after yourself when you're pregnant. I feel like sometimes at work, people pressure you to... I found that, like, you're made to feel like you have to do more than you have to do. Some people are really supportive, don't get me wrong, but others are just a bit they don't see why pregnant people should get special treatment. But do you know what, after I had my son, I was like, do you know what, this boy is so precious that next time, if I'm blessed enough to have another baby, I will really look after myself, and I'm not going to try and do Superwoman. I'm going to do what I can, and what I can't, I'm not going to, because you're growing a beautiful life inside of you. You need to take care of you and that baby. So make yourself a priority, drink lots of water, eat healthy. I didn't eat healthy. Take your vitamins. Did you take your vitamins?
To be honest, I think I got through like 2 or maybe 3 packets of pregnant care. Like, I was not taking it.
I was quite good.
Religiously at all.
I took it religiously. I think you should.
You should.
Yeah.
Definitely. But
you're going to learn that me and Sherelle are very different.
If you miss a few tablets,
I missed a few,
you know, don't worry
I
about
went
it.
2-3 days without it sometimes. Yeah, he's fine. But I think do take them, especially for diet, it's not that good.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like me and you're having McDonald's every week. Take your vitamins. Look after yourself. Make sure your emotions, try and make yourself happy. Don't let worldly stresses stress you out. If you're getting stressed out, put on some music and dance. It really helps.
Like, Ghanaians have this thing where apparently if you cry a lot during your pregnancy, or you're angry a lot during your pregnancy, your child comes out and usually shows those emotions. I don't know if it's true,
because as I said this before, my dad died when I was 3 months pregnant, and I cried a lot during my pregnancy. But Ruben is such a happy baby. Like, he just laughed all the time. So I was kind of scared. I started feeling guilty, do you know what I mean? But he's such a happy baby. So yeah, I don't know. And I think being emotional is good to get your emotions out. It's not good to hold them in. But I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. So I don't know. I was just blessed enough that I did cry a lot. But my son was still happy and healthy. Yeah.
I guess you need to get the emotions out. If you can, talk to someone about it.
Definitely.
Talk to your partner, talk to your parents, talk to friends or whatever. Just to be able to kind of open up to someone, and they can also advise you, give you a hug. Basically, if you've got those emotions in you, get it out, but also get over the emotion.
Yeah.
Whereas if you kind of hold it in and it never
I think that's
gets
unhealthy.
resolved, yeah, definitely.
It could lead to a bigger problem than what it needs to be.
Just on what Nicole was saying about rest a lot. So I'm slightly different in that I think I was working up until 37 weeks. When I came home on mat leave, I literally was sorting out his bedroom, sorting out the house,
wedding.
Sorting out the wedding.
Yeah.
Constantly going shopping. We live on the 2nd floor with no lift. I would carry shopping up the stairs. I would walk through the shopping centre. Like, it was just continuous.
Yeah.
And it was by choice. It wasn't something that I had to do, but I wanted to do it. I didn't want to just sit at home and do nothing. But I'm naturally a very active person anyway, and like, I was playing netball prior to getting pregnant, etc. So I didn't want to have a massive change in lifestyle just because I was pregnant, because I thought my body is used to a certain type of lifestyle. So I kept up with that, and I honestly feel like that's why he came on time. Sam was born a day before his due date. If I was at home, I was on the ball the pregnancy ball, bouncing and watching TV, or I'd be standing up cooking. People say don't carry shopping. Okay, not excessively heavy shopping, but I was carrying my own shopping. I drove to pick my mum up from work the day before I went into labour. People tell you don't drive. I feel like there's so many rules and regulations, but do what your body wants you to do. And
whatever feels right for you, to be honest. Yeah, if you're tired, then rest. At home, yeah, but if you feel like you can be a superwoman, then do it.
Be active.
To be active.
Because
to
maybe
be honest,
that's
I
what
was
your
quite
body
active,
needs
yeah.
as well.
And Ruben came a day after his due date.
So yeah, just listen to your body, do what your body wants you to do. Midwives can advise you based on their knowledge, based on their experience, but only you know you. So
100.
At the end of it, you just follow what your heart is telling you to do.
Follow.
We talk about like intimate stuff.
Like what?
Like you can be.
Oh, like weeing.
No, like intimate.
Or like sexual things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think sex is what got me into labour.
Sex is good during pregnancy, guys.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. I know sometimes for women it is scary, and sometimes you think maybe your child's head is being hit with a something.
Yeah.
But
it's actually helpful, and the semen
it's
from
good
the
to
sperm,
induce, yeah.
It helps your cervix, I think, open. I don't know if I'm using the right scientific terms. That's not even a word. But Google it.
Yeah, semen does help induce.
Yeah. Because we done it, yeah. And then I went into labour the next day. So really? I think it was...
It does, yeah. It's a major sell-off. Actually, talking about inducing, so there's natural ways to induce.
That's another thing, isn't it?
Natural ways.
Yeah.
And one of the ways that I use, which I was advised to do when I went to my breastfeeding class, was to hand express. So hand express your milk. So basically just using your thumb and your index finger to kind of squeeze your nipple. At first, obviously, nothing's going to come out, but if you continuously do it, this is while you're in the shower. Continuously do it maybe every day when you're showering. Do like 5 squeezes on each nipple. Eventually, you'll see that you start to get like a yellowy substance come to the surface of the nipple. And yeah, continue to do that. This is from...
Just to induce labour?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would say maybe 2 to 3 weeks before your due date. Obviously, you don't want to induce yourself prior to your due date. Your child needs the 40 weeks. But coming up to that time, I started doing it because I wanted him to come on time. Yeah. And I think that's
at the end, you get tired, isn't it? I was ready for Ruben to come out.
Come like 35 weeks, I was like, guys, I'm done.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good remedy. They also tell you, okay, my midwife didn't actually tell me this, but one of the Ghanaian midwives that goes to my church advised me to basically, using 2 fingers, go up there, into your place and just sweep sweep.
Yeah.
So when you're overdue, the midwives can give you a sweep. And that's very different. They fully stick their hand up there and they sweep out the membrane. But if you're doing your own sweep with your 2 fingers every day when you're in the shower, another thing that my midwife did actually tell me was to get your child into the position, get his head into the position to come out. You can go on your knees. This is daily. Go on your knees, lean on a sofa with your 2 hands, and then push your pelvis forward. So I naturally wanted to always sit on the sofa and kind of lean back, which was making my baby lazy. Like he didn't want to get into the position, into like the pelvis. So if you do that on your knees, push your pelvis forward and lean and hold it for about 30 seconds, rest, and then do it again for 30 seconds and do it however many times you want, really. But yeah, eventually when I went back to the doctors, he was in a position. So that's another thing.
Some knowledge, y'all.
No.
And eating pineapples.
Pineapples,
yeah. I heard eating pineapples.
Pineapples definitely helps.
Yeah.
So we'll be back with labour.
Oh, labour.
Tune in.
Let me just say one more thing, yeah. Don't think about labour while you're pregnant. Nothing can prepare you for it, so don't even bother worrying about it. But yeah, we'll talk more about it on our next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and please comment below telling us what you want us to talk about as well. Oh, Sam loves his auntie. Can you see that, guys?
He's stroking her.
He just can't get enough of me.
He's like, girl, come here.
Oh, mwah. Okay, all right. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks, guys.